All right. Where is it? Okay. All right. I'm late to stream, but I've been looking at zones on my phone. Honestly, I couldn't find much that is close to price. The only really close zones that I saw were this 2 hour supply zone. We haven't really seen a good 5 minute candle close above this area here. Another good zone was a 90-minute demand zone. This one right here. The only thing wrong with it is that it kind of got chopped on, which you guys know I don't like that. So I'm not even sure I would take a trade off of this 90-minute zone. Um, but yeah, let me do support and resistance really quick. We got 3 more minutes for market open. All right. Let's take a look at pre-market. I'm not gonna lie, the overnight session looks very, very choppy. Usually if I see this price action here, I do expect a choppy market. But we'll see. If it opens up and it goes, outside of this huge range here, then I think it'd be a good trade. I did notice with Nasdaq, it's still within this huge range here, so I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up from here, just back into the range. Obviously, I don't want it to. I want us to get out of this area that we've been in for basically 2 weeks now. Okay. Yeah, I don't see too many zones on Nasdaq. One more minute for market open. Looks like it's approaching this 90-minute demand zone, so that's good. On US 30, I didn't see too much either, except this 4 hour demand zone, which I do think would be a good area to take a trade off from. And then these zones up here were from yesterday. So if we come up, honestly, I don't know if I'll trade US 30. It'll most likely be Nasdaq. Good morning, good morning. I know I'm late to stream. Yo, we got out the gym, and next to the gym, there's a gas station. So I put in gas. Car turned on fine. I pull up to the light, and I'm like, you want breakfast? We're talking about breakfast, and then the car died. And we didn't know what to do. That's never happened to us. So eventually we called the cops, and the cop literally did nothing. Like, the cop was just there. Like, he was helpful, but thankfully someone stopped and tried jumping the car. But since we were on the road, they were like rushing to jump the car, so the car didn't start. They didn't really charge the battery. And then my girlfriend's dad came, and he charged up the car for like 15-20 minutes, and it turned on fine. And now I'm here. But that was a crazy morning. That was literally about 2 hours ago. Yeah, it was at 7:30. It was a while ago. And I didn't wear a coat, and like I was freezing. It's a rough morning. It was. But thankfully I stayed calm. Okay. This is good. I like how the market is moving down. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. Okay. Looks like Nasdaq's gonna close below this 50% line off of a 90-minute demand zone. I don't plan on taking a trade off of this area since it did get chopped on. Yeah, I'd rather wait for it to touch up around 7:30 down here. Usually though, if this low breaks, usually I would go short, especially with this retest. Let's see. If it breaks the lows pretty soon, I do think it'd be a good short. But that's only if it's yeah, never mind. It didn't stay below this 50% line. If this candle closed below 77, okay, I like this. Yeah, if it breaks the lows, I'm gonna short it. Okay. Okay, I'm in a short. I'm put my stop at 80. I'm gonna try to target 60 points on this. I'm gonna go break even on this. We're already up a 1-to-1, plus it could bounce off of this area. I have my take profit at 92, which is a 15-minute demand zone. I have my stop at 750. Okay, let's see if it breaks the lows here. Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped break even. Unless it rejects this white line here. Alright, I'm still in this short. So far it looks fine. I mean, it did reject this white line here. Okay, and the 5-minute closed below it. So that's good. This is also a good take profit. Oof. I want one more push down. At least to 92. Oh, don't tell me, bro. This shit is gonna stop me out. Oh my god, that'd be tough. That'd be tough. Okay, nice. Alright, we should be fine. Fuck that. Oh, it didn't get out. I tried getting out at the lows, it didn't get out. We're free balling this. I mean, I do think it could bounce off of here, but I also think it could go to 92. This 15-minute demand zone. That is crazy. I tried getting out at the lows, it didn't let me. Fuck. Oh my goodness. Look, it's not even getting out the trade. What the hell is going on? It's literally at, and I'm like in a trade. What the hell? No fuck. Okay, I'm out break even. What the hell is going on? I can't believe I just did that. I literally tried selling it down here, didn't. That is fucking annoying. I'm glad I had that order there. Okay, that's tough. Okay. Wow. Let's see if it gets above VWAP. I can't believe that just happened to me. What? Like, okay. I'm just gonna wait here. That is annoying. What did US 30 do? Okay. I mean, US 30 is going up, which is good. That's the thing, though. That was the trade right there. I tried getting out. I didn't work. That was the trade right there. Because now it's back inside of this range. So it'll most likely chop from here. I wouldn't be surprised if it chops. That is tough. I mean, it's still a good trade, but I literally couldn't take profit. Okay. I can't believe that just happened. Oh. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Well, now I'm looking at US 30 and Nasdaq, I guess. I mean, I do think if Nasdaq closes above 880, I do think it'd be a good long. But we'll see. We'll see. It's already above VWAP, which is good. Now, honestly, what I want to see is price continue to go higher. So I feel like if it goes down from here, it'll be a choppy mess. The volume looks really good on Nasdaq US 30. I can't believe that just happened to me. I'm not gonna lie. But move on to the next one. Let's see how this candle closes. I know we have 10 a.m. news. And I mean, if I took profit there, if TradeAway let me, I would have been done. But that was not the case. So I'm trying to see if I could get another good trade. I'm looking at Nasdaq more. So this is a 2-hour supply zone. If it gets below 836, then I would short it. If it closes above 888 though, then I'm most likely gonna long it. Okay, yeah, it's rejecting this area. US 30 looks like it also slowed down a little bit. It's gonna be the 15-minute candle close. It's closing out bullish. Whoops. Now I can only get back in if it pulls back. Fuck. Alright, US 30 kind of looks like it's rejecting this area. So if US 30 breaks below 194, then I'm just gonna short it. The thing is, the longs look good on Nasdaq, but I already missed the entry. There's no pullback to it. Yeah, US 30 is still below this area here. I'm trying to see if it pushes past it or if it breaks to the downside. All right, well, it's pushing past what is this? 266. But I literally just have to wait for a candle close. Nasdaq didn't have a pullback, so didn't get in. Damn. Oh, US 30 is going back down. Okay. I don't know. This is a nasty rejection here. But I won't go short unless it gets below 96. Because it's already bullish. I mean, the buyers are definitely strong. We got 10 more minutes for this snooze. And I mean, this is a candle above 50%, but it didn't close above the white line. Plus, I don't like how it slowed up in this area. Yeah, it's kind of struggling to close above 268, at least so far. Oh, this might be the first strong green candle. If it closes out good, then I'll buy it. Okay. Never mind. It's definitely struggling. Nasdaq also struggling to get above this 50% line. I have a feeling that is waiting for news to pump. But I don't know, it could be a news that dumps the market. Alright, it's pushing lower. I'm only gonna get tagged in short if it goes below the zone. If it does do that, I do think it'd be a good short. Let's see. Alright, I'm in the short now. I'm gonna put my stop at 50. Alright, my take profit is gonna be 120 points. Honestly though, once it gets to 117, might trail it super tight. Where's VWAP? Okay. Yeah, it could go back down to VWAP. We got 5 more minutes for news. So I either want to be out of the trade when news comes out or break even. Alright, this is a 1-to-1 here, so I'm going to break even. I'm also hoping it doesn't bounce at 117. It definitely could though, because there's a small 1 hour demand zone here and it's a white line. So again, I do think 117 is a good take profit, but I'm not going to take profit there. Okay, I do want it to go a little bit lower. It's not being greedy, it's just I want 1-to-2. Long term, you're going to be more profitable aiming for a 1-to-2 or more. Okay, here's the white line here. I'm gonna put my stop at 140. I'm gonna let it breathe. I don't care. I'm gonna let it breathe. If I can move the stop, okay. Alright, yeah. Never mind. I moved my stop up at 181. I don't want to make the same mistake as yesterday where I just trailed it too tight. So I'm letting it breathe. All right, it's very close to TP. Literally, it's a small push lower. I'm out the trade. I don't care. I'm out. I don't even want to. I don't know. This morning, like, this trade was perfect. Okay, there's CP. Okay, good. This morning's trade was perfect. This first short here. But yeah. The only thing I should have done with this first trade, honestly, was at least put my stop at this 1 minute wick here. Or trail it somehow. Because if I didn't get in this short, let's just say I didn't get in that short, I would have taken long right here. Right at this break here. Because, I mean, it was clearly wicking off of this area here. So if I didn't take this first short, I would have taken this long. So that's why I'm saying, like, I should have locked in more profit. But I was saying it was a good area for the market to bounce. It was a good take profit. I just didn't take profit there. And then I tried to, and then it did not work. So, but I waited. I was patient. Honestly, it didn't piss me off too much today. Because, like, this morning was stressful enough. I did not need to stress over the markets. I was just calm about it. I was like, okay, let's see where the market goes. Boom. Nasdaq tapped this 2-hour supply zone. And I was like, okay, it could either short or long from here. And I said if it closes above 88, I would take a long. It closed above 88. I missed the entry. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not taking long. I was also looking for shorts if it broke below this wick here. That didn't happen, so I didn't take it. And then I looked at US 30. US 30 was tapping this 15-minute demand zone. It is a demand zone that the market broke through yesterday. And if you guys don't know, like, demand does turn into supply. It's just like support and resistance. So we tapped into this area. I saw it wicking off of this area. I was like, okay. And I also, not only did I see the market wicking off of this area, I saw the market slowing down, right? As we approached the zone, it started to slow down quite a bit. So once it broke out of the zone, then I took the short. And then, yeah, that was it. And this 10 a.m. news, shit, we would have banked on this. Oh, look at that. It went to TP. It went to TP. Okay, now I know. I feel like I should have a rule. If I take a trade, if I take a reversal, I feel like a good TP for US 30 is going to be VWAP. Because it just tapped in now, and I've seen this play out a lot. Either way, though, I mean, I think today was a good day. Long, shorts, literally anything would have played out pretty well. I do like the price action this week. I think that last week the price action was like a bit tough. I think this week though it's getting back to normal. So that's good. It's honestly a tough tough morning. Like, I'm still freezing from this morning. That's how long I was outside. And then I was like, damn, like, I don't even know if I could trade because, like, da-da-da. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just stay patient because if I rush going into the market, it's just not going to be good. And yeah, I mean, the first trade was perfect. If I rushed into a second trade, most likely would have lost it. Yeah, literally, this candle here. Once I saw it pushing up, I was like, damn, like, that looks like a good long, but I need to wait for the candle close. I think today was very good. Very good, very good. I wonder if my accounts are. I think we're finally in profit here after the payout. I think. Let's see. Okay, it hasn't loaded up yet, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah. Oh, it hasn't loaded up on TradeZella, but I'm pretty sure this is. Maybe not. No, it should be. Yeah. We're back above, slightly, back above the buffer. We are literally at not even break even. We're just at the same point where I was after payout. I think. If I'm doing the math right. Damn, something about today. What a day. You ever thought about adding Take Profit Trader to your. I have. I mean, I traded Take Profit Trader a lot back in the day, about 2 years ago. If you go back to my videos, I made videos about Take Profit Trader. But I don't know. For me, it's like if I want rules like Take Profit Trader, I would go with Tradeify. Because the main thing about Take Profit Trader is the daily payout. But they have trailing drawdown. Okay, so let's just say you like Take Profit Trader because of the daily payout. Why not go with the easier option, which is Tradeify? Literally, Tradeify has way better rules than Take Profit Trader. They're a better option for daily payouts. Even with the eValve, even the eValve is faster with Tradeify than with Take Profit Trader. There's no trailing drawdown. It's end of day. What else? Yeah, that's basically it. I passed my Take Profit Trader account today. My account should be ready to trade. However, I tried to trade today and my TradeAway chart is all black. No candles. Anyone have any idea why? It might be for a couple reasons. Maybe TradeAway is down. Maybe your account isn't activated. Or maybe you're on the wrong ticker. Maybe you're on the wrong the stock. Because they do change. Just make sure this is the same ticker as these. These are the right ones. Would you say Tradeify is easier to pass? I'm always profitable paper trading, but the eValves I fail. You most likely fail the eValves because you rush them. Best advice I would give you is pretend like you have the funded account. That's my best advice. Pretend like it's a real funded. Slow down. And of course, like the trades that you take, make sure they're actually good trades, not emotional ones. Nice. Take Profit Trader doesn't have a scaling rule though, and Tradeify caps your payout potential. You know what? You're right. I didn't think about that. The payout cap. Damn. Why didn't I think about that? The payout cap on Tradeify is smaller on the daily payout. That's a very good point. I did not think about that. So damn, it depends. It really depends what rules you want. I think, like, damn, it's easier to pass with Tradeify for sure, because you could pass it in 2 days. And it's end of day. So that's a very big one. But the payout is capped, now that I think about it. And then I'm pretty sure with Take Profit Trader, it's like a 10K payout cap or something. Once you make 10K, like you'll get transferred to another account. But you're right, I didn't think about that. But it's like, you know what? You're right. Because with Take Profit Trader, once you get over the buffer, over a certain buffer, you don't have to worry about, what is it called? You don't have to worry about trailing drawdown. Because it's like Apex. Once you get above it, you don't really have to worry about it. So it really depends, I mean, on a lot of things. Do you want trailing drawdown? If you don't care about it, go with Take Profit Trader. If you're scared of it, I would try Tradeify. Another thing is like how fast do you want your funded? Because I know with Take Profit Trader you have to trade like 5 days. But I think with Take Profit Trader, it forces you to slow down because of the 5 day rule to pass the account, which I think is good. I like that 5 day rule because it was literally how I passed my first funded account, or my second, because I was forced to slow down. Have you tried lucid trading? No, I haven't, but I have looked at their rules and I do like their rules. I really do. So I know eventually I'm going to try them. I think they have a 40% sale. So I definitely want to look into it. If I do trade lucid, it'll be the flex account, I think. Yeah, the flex account. Wow, let's bounce that VWAP. The only thing I don't like about Nasdaq is that it's inside of this. It's literally inside of pre-market range, which is like low-key bad because the market is open, yet we're still in the same area here. We're also kind of chopping up at VWAP since the market has opened. Kind of. But I will say about Nasdaq, there's really, really good volume. There is very good volume. I mean, the first trade I took on Nasdaq, it would have hit TP. Let's just say it did hit TP, right? This trade here looks very tiny, but it would have been enough for me. That's how you know there's crazy volume. Your regular trade looks small. That's how you know. I mean, even if you measure out my stop loss, 100 ticks on Nasdaq, it looks small. That's how you know there's a lot of volume. Same thing with US 30. Usually a 50-point stop loss does not look this small. That's not even 50 points. Okay, yeah, I was going to say that looks very tiny. I mean, still, 50 points doesn't look like a lot. There's definitely really good volume. I am surprised that the 10 a.m. news didn't really do anything to Nasdaq. I mean, it had a little wick, but then it just chopped up. Same thing with US 30. Wick down, then just chopped on its way up. That is crazy. What a morning I've had. What a morning. I'm in this long currently. I'm a good paper trader, but I got stopped out on alpha. I think I'm done with them. If you're a good paper trader, it means you probably trade just very emotional when you actually trade real accounts or evals, which makes sense. Like the paper trading environment and evals or funded account, that trading is very different because of our emotions, especially in the beginning. You know, in the beginning, it's like our emotions are an insane roller coaster, especially for me. I mean, shit, if I was red on the day, like I would be in a bad mood for the rest of the day. Now though, if I'm red on the day, like I just take my mind off of it, wait for the next day. Like, trust me, I'll get pissed off, but it like wears off very quickly. It doesn't last the whole day. I'd be singing and crying with every trade. Yo. Another thing is like if you're scared to take a trade, you're risking too much or you're doing something you know you shouldn't do. Like with this second trade I took, even with the first trade, I wasn't nervous because I already know what I'm risking. I'm risking a small amount of the account. So that's another thing. That's huge. If you're too scared to get in the trade, you're probably risking too much or you know you shouldn't be doing it. Well, I'm actually freezing. I'm still cold from this morning. It's crazy too cuz the car died at the light. Yeah, and we were literally there for like I can't lie, 30, 40 minutes outside and then it started snowing. What a morning. What a morning. We should have known though. Like 2 weeks ago, the battery died, and we had to jump it like twice. And then went to AutoZone. They were like, "Oh, it's fine." So we're like, "Okay, we don't need a new battery." And then today, it died at the light. Thankfully, we were in a good spot. The 9 a.m. hourly candle irks me. I haven't heard that in a while. Irk. Oof, yeah, it's nasty, right? Like it's literally inside of this pre-market range. There's really good volume, just no direction on the bigger time frame. That's why it's been tough. Nah, it could be worse though, bro. I saw this person on Instagram and they were just like, oh, they haven't won a trade in the past 3 weeks. I was like, yo. I'm over here crying about, 2 days red. This guy's 3 weeks red. So it made me thankful. Like, damn, shit could be worse. Could be way worse. You trade supply and demand, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I think. Oh, okay, what's going on? I think 11.3. Okay, so I'm still not fully green on the accounts after payout, but I'm very close, which is good. And it's good because even though I'm not that close to the second payout, I'm somewhat close. I'm not that close, but I'm somewhat close. I'm closer than I was before. So that's good. That's good. Plus, if I don't get the second 40K payout, we'll just save it for next month. We're taking it that slow. It's crazy too, because if I get the 40K payout next month, it's just crazy to think like I'm up 80K on the third month of the year. That's almost most of what I did last year. So it's just crazy to think in that way. It's also just crazy to think that, someone's salary is 80,000 and I just made it in 2-3 months. So it's just crazy to think that way. But when if you look at reality, it's just like you're literally just trading 20 accounts at such a small and slow way. Like in reality, we just profited 4,000 in each account in order to request that 40K payout, which isn't much. It just sounds like a lot because it's 20 accounts. When in reality, I'm like a turtle. Mine's is 40,000. You made my salary. as a bachelor degree holder in their career. Wow. Yeah, my girlfriend. I hate to put her business out there, but she's a, what is it called? A pharmacy technician. Pharmacy technician. And we saw her tax paper and she made, I think it was 35,000 or something, you know, with the taxes taken out. And we were joking, we were like, damn, like, I'm about to make her salary in a month. It was just crazy to think that. But as a trader, like, you really gotta stay humble. Like, after the 40K payout, I was just like, you know, very thankful and reminding myself, like, don't don't think this is, you know, like you're that person now. No, like I had to stay humble. I really could have gone out, you know, bought some bottles, partied, maybe a strip club, but I didn't. I stayed home. I stayed home. But it's the main reason we stayed home was just because we're saving to travel. I don't know. I just know that if someone else my age got a $40,000 check, they would have done something unnecessary, you know. But me, I just want to travel. Okay, that's it. That's all I want. I want to travel, and I also just want to stay consistent. Stay consistent, cause who knows when the next losing streak will be? I don't know. This another reason is just like on the winning streak you gotta stay humble, and then on the losing streak you gotta stay faithful. I always say that to myself, especially when I'm on a winning streak. It's just like don't get too cocky with it, because it could get taken anytime. Anytime. Don't think you're better than anyone just because you made more money. That shit does not matter. Don't think anyone really cares about your payout. Only the people closest to you will actually care. That's another thing I've learned. But yeah, taking it slow. Damn, Nasdaq looks rough on the 1 minute time frame. Sheesh. What happened yesterday? I didn't even look at it. Let's see what happened yesterday on Nasdaq. Fucking same shit. Like, this shit is moving sideways. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Well, this is good. Yeah, like if you look at Nasdaq yesterday, it had that same thing where it had this pre-market range. First hour stayed within it, and then after that, it made its move. Like I feel like that's been the pattern this month. Is it makes this move just later in the open, and it looks like it's doing it right now on the 1 hour time frame, or sorry, 30-minute time frame. Boom, this first 30 minutes stayed within this pre-market range, and now later on into open, almost an hour into open, maybe it's actually breaking to the upside here. Let's see US 30. US 30 looks, I was gonna say it looks clean. It doesn't look that clean. But the US 30 shorts yesterday, that was crazy. It's crazier because I caught the top yesterday on US 30. And I did not think this short was going to play out this crazy. And the shorts were so strong that it ended up breaking outside of this not pre-market range, outside of this huge range that we've been in for weeks. And this is what I wanted to see. But it looks like now we're just going to go back inside of it, which I didn't want to see. But we'll see tomorrow how the market ended up playing out. It was honestly a really good day to trade. At least the first 20-30 minutes. Now it's kind of slowing down, but I still think there's really good opportunities on Nasdaq. Maybe not right now, but I think eventually there will be. I think there's good volume. Good morning. Sometimes I think about how to trade to millions. It could be other sort of investments as well. What is your view? Bruh, recently I've been thinking a lot about like what my mindset would need to be in order to trade like way more size, in order to see thousands of dollars actually, fluctuating. Because now I do see it, but in reality, it's just a couple $100 fluctuating between 20 accounts. But I'm starting to think like on a live account, that would be, actual thousands. So I'm starting to think like what my emotions would be. Obviously, they'd be heightened, but I think as well, like I'd be used to it. But it would be harder to get into that mindset. Get into the mindset of actually taking, let's just say, a $10,000 loss in a day. So everyone wants to think, oh, 10K a day, that sounds great. But what if you lose 10K of your cash in a day? And that's like a regular losing day. Like, what's his name? Doyle. If you look at his P&L, he makes big green days, but he also has big red days. So it's like you just gotta handle those emotions. But I think you get used to that within time. But how could I trade up to millions? I would say take advantage of prop firms, get cash, and then build up your live account. But the thing with building up a live account is you can't really gamble it like a prop firm. You have to take it slow. And of course, long-term investments. I was also thinking about, actually starting to invest in stocks. But I mean like, like actually looking at the stocks and seeing when I should buy them and stuff. Or just not even buying them, but maybe trading them, like swing trading stocks. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about investing. I'm talking about like swing trading stocks. I've thought about that as well, but I've never done that, so I don't know. But I would try it out. I think it sounds really cool to swing trade real stocks. Especially because they're real companies. It's not like Nasdaq where it has to do with so much shit, like with Trump, with war, with all the other companies. With separate companies is different. I was late. I was very late. If you're on the Discord, you know I was gonna be late. The free Discord. I told everyone that my car died almost as soon as it happened. Once the car died, I was like, yeah, I'm about to be late. There's no way I'm gonna be on time unless I take a Uber and leave the car here. I started streaming at an hour ago, right? At like 9:25. Almost at 9:30. I didn't even chart. This is most of it is yesterday's chart work. Yeah, like this 15-minute zone, this was from yesterday. I still took a trade off of it though. I thought it was clean. And then at least on Nasdaq, this was today's zones. I took 2 trades. I took shorts from this on Nasdaq. I took shorts. This was a trade. It hit over a 1 to 2. I was trying to sell it right down here at 92, and that didn't happen. Yo, it was so close, and then that shit just completely reversed. I was like, dang. But I waited and waited, and then I saw the shorts coming in on US 30, and that's what I caught. US 30 has been good. this week so far. Have you seen the new TradeSea platform? Yes, I do want to try it out. It looks good. It looks good. Do you have any problems with getting payouts by Apex? No, not me. Not me. I haven't had any issues. Even before I did YouTube, before I was an affiliate, I got a payout from Apex and I didn't have any issues. Because I know some people think, oh, she streams, she's going to get paid out. That is literally not the case. I wish, right? That would have been good. But no. And it is also, too, like, if anyone thinks that, I literally streamed 95% of the trades that I took in order to get the 40K payout. So it's like, nobody could really talk shit about it. Because it was all on stream. I think that's the best part. And I show the stats. Some people get payouts, they don't show every stat. I showed every stat. Going for my third payout from Apex tomorrow. How did the 40K payout go? It went good. It went smooth. I requested it. It got approved the next business day. And then I got an email that they sent the money, and the money came within 3 business days, just like they say on their website. So it was honestly a very smooth process. But I know if you live outside of the U.S., it might be very different. The payout might take longer. If you have a different bank, of course it's gonna take longer. I knew you were a shoddy. Thank you. Thanks. Someone actually knew I was a girl. Yo, what do you think of the Justin situation? Damn. I brought it up yesterday. I don't know. It's not surprising. It definitely sucks because to me, when I see a trader, it inspires me. When I see a trader saying they made, I don't know, let's just say 100K this month, it's inspiring, you know? Damn, that trader did it. Shit, I could do it too. You know, I love seeing other traders. I would never hate on another trader. Unless they did something weird, maybe. But it's like, it's kind of disappointing, you know? Damn, someone's faking their profits. It just sucks because Justin's like such a good, or he seems like a good trading psychology person, which I do like. And I know a lot of people look up to him. I never really looked up to him because I don't trade ICT, but I know a lot of people did, and it's just disappointing. It is. Did anyone watch the Iman trading? Is that his name? Iman? Or I Am Idiot Trading? I don't know if you guys know. You probably do. But he posted the video that Justin deleted. And in the video, it's just like, he's talking about God and stuff. And it's like, oh, I don't know. He just like, he sounds fucking crazy. That's what he sounds. He sounds crazy. I'm sorry. It's like he did certain things because God told him to. Like, bro, you're fucking lying. That's what you were doing. Like, just, I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's definitely disappointing. But I don't know what to say. I don't know him. It's not surprising, though. For sure. Even before he came out with that, like, he was already on my mind about, like, a weird trader. Because I know multiple people that got his mentorship and didn't really, first of all, they paid thousands for his mentorship and like they didn't really get what they were told. And it's not just one person, it's multiple people. So like, after I knew that, it's like, damn, like this guy, something's up, you know? If multiple people are saying the same thing, something's up. So it wasn't surprising when he said that. what is surprising is that he actually said it himself. He wasn't exposed or anything. For some reason, he decided to actually expose himself. And I think in the video he said it's because God told him to. Again, I don't know. I guess supply and demand was considered ICT. I guess I don't know what ICT is. ICT is like the fair value gaps, liquidity, I think. ICT is that stuff. I think ICT is very like mainstream. It's actually crazy. And on Instagram, it's like, guys, bro, on Instagram, fucking ICT is a cult because it's like all the ICT people are like just shitting on me back to back. It's like they don't know there's other things besides ICT. If I get a hater, 90% of the time is an ICT trader. Like I don't know why. It's something about them. It's not all of them, but it's like if I get a hater, it's most likely ICT trader. Don't know why. Yo, another funny thing is this just literally like if you look at my Instagram, is a video that got like 50,000 views, something like that. Yeah, 54,000. And there was these two big ICT traders that just fucking hate comment. Like, damn. And they just gotta be ICT traders. I don't know why. But I don't know. Something about it's like I think it comes from ICT himself. Cause he's the same way. It's like I don't know. The thing with ICT is I tried learning it, didn't click. I just thought it was too complicated. Some people like that though, so it did click with them. And then with ICT himself, it's like he's done multiple things that like were fake, right? Like he's gotten exposed many times with the Robbins Cup. He said he was gonna win, and then he literally went on tilt and blew the. It's also just many other things that the guy ICT like. It's weird. It's weird, and I think it stems from him. Were you ever in Team Bolt? No. I wanted to be in Team Bull, especially like, a couple years ago. It was like really huge community. It still is. But when I tried joining, it was like $125 a month. I was like, yeah, no. I'm going to need something cheaper. That's why I didn't join Team Bull. How much did you make today? 489 times 20. Could have been a little bit more, but I was up literally over 10,000 over here. This short on Nasdaq. Saw it disappear in less than 10 seconds. So I was like, damn, that sucked. Didn't take profit. I'm for sure gonna take profit here. That's what I did. 72. Who did you learn from then? Well, first I joined Doyle when he was still trading Forex. I learned supply and demand somewhat from him. But at the time, I didn't like how he traded because it's not really beginner friendly. Like he trades very slow, like I do now. It's 1 to 2 trades a day or no trades. And at the time, I was a beginner, so I didn't like that. So I stopped looking at Doyle. And then, again, at the time, if you searched up futures, first thing that would pop up was Danny Trades. I think it's probably still there. If you search up futures, he pops up. So then I joined Danny, and he also traded supply and demand. He mainly honestly, I mainly learned from him supply and demand. Literally, even the way I trade now, very similar to how he trades, but he trades very inconsistent, which I didn't like. I didn't like how he always full ported, how he couldn't explain most of his trades. So I stopped. I stopped training with Danny. I started training with myself. Um, and that's been that. That was the last person I joined. That was a while ago. I feel like there's someone else, but I can't remember. No, I think that was it. Would I rather lose an eye or a hand as a trader? I don't know. I like both of my hands. I like them. But I also like my eyes. I'd probably lose an eye. Because, like, I can see with one eye, I can see the charts. But throughout the day, I use both of my hands. So it's like, I need both of them. I stopped following anybody that used a bunch of indicators. Same. That's a big thing with me too, was like there's nothing wrong with indicators, but I didn't like the thought of depending on indicators. I don't know why, I just didn't like the thought of it. Plus, every indicator is the chart. No indicator is going to predict the market. Maybe some of them, right? But a lot of them are just candlesticks in another language. Like, that's the way I see it. It's all the same thing, just in a different way. That's really what I think about indicators. I mean, same thing with ICT, supply and demand. A lot of the things are very similar. It's just a different word. Like a demand zone is an order block. Is it really the same thing? Somewhat. But it's back to the Justin thing. It's just crazy to me. It's sad too, cause like that's something about the trading community. It's just you can't really trust too many people. A lot of big traders are really just good marketers, and there you go. Justin was a good marketer. Like, he was such a good marketer that his videos, he grew a lot, and he was able to become profitable with selling mentorship instead of trading, which is crazy. But I don't think it's the first time that someone does that. I think there's a couple other traders that are fake, for sure. There's a couple traders that are just good marketers. It's sad though. I hate to see that happening in the trading community because it like kills hope. Like I said, when I see a trader like doing really good, it's inspiring. And then when they get exposed or something, it's like very disappointing. It's like, damn, I thought that was real. It could be real, but that guy was lying. And then now with like prop firms, people still lie about prop firm payouts. And it's very clear. It's very clear who lies about prop firm payouts because they don't show their actual stats. They'll just show like a screenshot of the payout or something. Which is cool, but like it's easy to fake that. For the real people, they show everything. They show them logging into, not even logging in, they show their screen of the prop firm and the account and their stats. That's how you know they're real. They show their stats. I hate to say it, but there's not many traders right now that show their stats, even when it comes to their prop firm accounts. And that sucks. That does. But yeah, I'd be careful who you guys are looking up to, because you never know. Shit. It's crazy. It's sad. Some people Photoshop too. Yeah, that too. I don't even trust myself. I've been consistently profitable for 10 months, but I don't know if I'm legit yet. I mean, 10 months is almost a year. So I would believe in you, but you got to believe in yourself first. 10 months is really good. Bro, I don't even sell a course. Yo. If you had to start over, what would you have done differently to get where you're at now quicker? I would tell myself to slow down. Because it's like, as a trader, you want it so bad in the beginning that you self sabotage a lot, you know? Especially in the beginning. You want it so bad that you're doing the wrong things. You're desperate. That's what you are as a beginner. That's how I see myself 2 years ago. Like, desperate to make money, desperate to make it out, to be successful with something. Because before I started trading, I tried many other things. I mean, I tried insurance. I became a licensed insurance. I remember with insurance, I made like a $1,800 week. And then 2 months after that, could not get a sale. So I was just like, yeah, this isn't for me, because I'm not a people person. Okay, I can't. I'm very like not socially good. Never have been that social. So I was like, yeah, this sales stuff, not for me. Before that, I tried ecom, tried that as well. Too much bullshit. Couldn't do it. Didn't succeed with that. Before that, it was truck dispatching. It was like 2 weeks, and I made $50. And I was like, yeah, this isn't it. Another thing with truck dispatching was that I had to negotiate on the phone. And like I said, I'm not good socially. I can't really talk to people like that. Never have. I don't know, something about me. And then I was like, yeah, the only thing is going to be trading. So I knew trading was like the only thing that I would truly want. And I was desperate, because I actually wanted to succeed with something. So I would tell my younger self you want it so bad, but you have to slow down. You have to slow down. If you slow down, you can actually create a system for yourself, for you to follow and be consistent with it. 10 months is good, and using prop firms, the return on investment is great. So yes, I'd say you're legit. Yeah, same. The only thing is, I would be careful with, I would track how much you're spending on prop firms and make sure you're actually profitable. But I mean, if you're doing that 10 months, you're doing something right. So I'd believe in yourself, How were you making money while learning how to trade? I was going to college, and I didn't make money from college, but I was working overnight at a grocery store. Hardest job I've ever had. But I knew, I was like, if I just sacrifice these couple months, like, I can make it out with trading. Yeah, that job was tough. That job, I would start at, I think it was 10 p.m. I'd start at 10 p.m. I'd have lunch at 3:30 a.m. And then I'd go home at 6:30 a.m. I'd get home around 7, go to sleep I'd wake up 2 hours later to trade. And that was like that for months. Over a year. Over a year. But I knew like working overtime was the not overtime. Working overnights was the only way that I was gonna be able to take trading serious. So I loved the idea of it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's crazy though, like I was really grinding. I was going to school, I was working overnights, and I was trading. So it's like I was really just grinding it out for a while. The hardest job I've ever had was working at a tire shop. Then another thing with the job was like it was like some days I'd go there with zero sleep and I'd have to lift up like crazy boxes. I'd have to make just it was hard on your body. Oh, the craziest thing too, there was Thanksgiving weekend. I had to work overnight and each day I got 20,000 steps. So in a matter of like 2-3 days, I had gotten like 50,000 steps. Like it was crazy. But I remember that same weekend. It was the weekend I got my 20K payout from Top Step. So that was crazy. I was like, damn, like I just busted my ass at work and I just made 20K trading, clicking buttons. Like this is the way out. This is what I have to do. I gotta keep trading. Oh, yeah, and then I quit last year. Crazy, I did the same thing, worked overnight at HEB, then listened to books and podcasts about trading instead of music. Same. Yeah, when I worked overnights, I'd watch a lot of Andre Diaz. I don't know if you guys know him, but yeah, I'd watch literally traders with the life that I wanted. I would watch them. Or I'd watch like podcasts with successful traders, and it'd be helpful, because they'd talk about the struggle and how they got out of it, and it was definitely inspirational. Can you do a quick explanation of why am I stuttering? Can you do a quick explanation how your trade hit today? Yeah, you're right. I should do a trade recap. Because I have to journal. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about the first trade. Wow, Nasdaq really slowed down a bit. Okay, this was the first trade here. I'm gonna screenshot it. So this first trade took shorts. Let me type it first. Took shorts after a 1 minute candle, closed below a 90-minute zone. I targeted So I targeted 240 points. Or sorry, ticks. And I thought it was going to hit because it was like, okay, this 15-minute demand zone here looks crazy strong. We're definitely going to tap into it. But again, now that I look at this, I should have trailed it at least to this wick here. Because again, if I didn't take, let's just say I missed out on this short, I would have seen it tap this 1 hour demand zone and immediately wick off of it, plus break structure to the upside. So it's like I would have gone long here. That's why I'm saying I should have trailed it here and not just left it at break even. But yeah, this trade got hit break even. Unfortunately, I didn't lock in any money. Targeted 240 ticks. Got stopped. Break even. Okay, next trade, I waited a couple minutes. I was very patient. So that's honestly like the number one reason why I won the second trade is because I wasn't really bothered. Of course, I was bothered, but I wasn't crazy bothered with this break even trade. Because I knew if I really got bothered off of it, I would have made an emotional trade. So I didn't want to do that. I was patient. At first I wanted to see Nasdaq go higher. And it clearly got above VWAP. So once we got to this 2-hour supply zone, I was like, okay, if it closes above 288, so above the zone, then I'm going to take longs. But what happened was this 1 minute candle closed out way too bullish, right? If I got in long here, the stop loss wouldn't have made sense. So I wanted to go in long down here, not up here. Because again, the stop loss, it needs to make sense somewhat. So I didn't take this long. Let's just say I put an order here. I want to see, yeah. If I put an order, it would have played out perfect. But that wasn't the case. I like to wait for candles to close. So then I was looking at US 30. US 30 was tapping into this 15-minute demand zone, which if you look at from yesterday, this zone did get ran through. But if you don't know, supply and demand is just like support and resistance. Just how support can turn into resistance, demand can turn into supply. So that's what I was thinking here. Okay. So when we tapped into this area, we did have a small 1 minute candle close above 50%, but it was weak, so I didn't take it. Another thing is we had a fake out to the longs. At one point, this wick here looked very, very bullish, which I have made a mistake before. And the mistake is just not waiting for the candle to close. Clearly, I didn't want to do that today. So I waited for the candle to close. Perfect. I didn't get faked out to the longs. So I had my order set down here below this whole zone. Another reason why I was kind of thinking shorts here was because let me clean this up. On our move up, it was a very clean move up. You can see the candlesticks are very strong. Again, it's very smooth on its way up. And then once we approach this area here, the candlesticks start to slow down. The candlesticks have wicks. It's a pattern, right? Green, red, green, red. So it's slowing down, approaching this area, which is a good sign for a reversal. So I was confident in that. Obviously, I could have had an earlier entry up here. That way the stop loss could have made more sense. But I wanted to wait for extra confirmation since it was choppy there. And the extra confirmation would have been if the market got back below the zone. So that's where my entry was. And then I was targeting 120 points. I closed it around 100 points. And it ended up going for almost 200 points. It ended up touching VWAP and bounced right off of it. So that was clean. But yeah, that was the two trades. Let me screenshot this really quick. I think both trades were definitely good. But I do think the best trade today was longs on US 30, which again, I would have caught if I didn't place a short here. It was very clean. I mean, as soon as we tapped the zone, nasty rejections off of it. As soon as it breaks structure to the upside, it would have hit immediately. TP. Yeah. This was a clean trade here. But both trades were fine. Took shorts on US30/YM. I gotta get used to calling YM. I call it US30 and people get confused. But I'm sorry. It's because originally I'm a Forex trader, so I'm used to saying US30, but now it's YM. Took shorts on YM. It sounds so weird. Took shorts after it tapped a 15-minute zone and approaching the zone, it slowed down. My entry was once it got below the zone and a white line. Yeah, with this entry as well, I also liked the entry down here instead of up here, because if the entry was down here, I would have known, okay, if the market gets down here, it definitely got below this white line here. So that's also another reason why I got the entry lower, because I wanted to make sure we were actually breaking these levels here and not just, bouncing off of it. And that was it for today. I didn't let my last contract run this morning just because I put my stop at break even. Yeah, break even's like, it's really a hit or miss. Sometimes break even saves you, right? Like in today's case with the short, it saved me. But there has been many times where I just get stopped out break even and then the trade plays out fine. So it's really, I don't know. Sometimes I hate breaking even because it's like, damn, if I break even and it stops me just for it to keep going, I'm going to be pissed. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot to me. It happened a lot last year. It hasn't happened too much this year, but it has happened a couple times already. But I have a rule. I kind of have a rule with break even. It's like if I'm already in the trade, I have to break even at least a minute into the trade. But I'm a scalper, so I break even pretty quick. But yeah, another thing with break even is like with your original entry, the stop loss most likely makes sense. So when you break even, the stop loss doesn't really make sense. You're just kind of breaking even to break even. So I don't know, it sucks, but it's like a double-edged sword. Sometimes it saves you, sometimes it's like, fuck, why did I break even? Like I got wicked out, da da da. But long term, I think it does save you money. Plus, with me, it's more of like a system. If I'm up 1-to-1, I just have to break even. I mean, I'm already up what I risked, so why not break even? That's the way I see it. But I do see what you mean. It's definitely an annoying thing, for sure. I have also thought about like not breaking even at all. But I know if I don't break even on a trade, for example, this trade here, I know if I didn't break even here and I just got stopped out after it being 2 points away from take profit, it just like, you'll get those emotions that you don't want, you know? That's another reason why I kind of do like breaking even for situations like this. But yes, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It also depends on what type of trader you are. Me personally, I never go break even. I do stop loss or TP1 trade a day. My first trade is always my best trade. So I always let it play out. Nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that. My first trade is always my best trade. So I always let it play out. I like that. That's the way I kind of think as well. Is like, if I already caught my. Some people hear me and it's like, when they hear that once I take my first win, I call it a day, they don't understand it. But for me, it's like, if I already doubled what I risk, why would I risk more? Why would I turn a green day into a red day? I hate doing that. That's a one of the first rules that I created for myself was, if I was green on the day, don't turn it into a red day, because again, it's gonna suck. If you turn a green day into a break even day, you're gonna want to turn it into a green day again. So it's like you're gonna force trades. That's the main reason why I stop at the first win. But alright, guys, that was it for me. It was an interesting morning, interesting day. It was a long morning. I hope you guys caught a good win. I think the market gave really good opportunities. On Nasdaq, there was really good volume. It does look like it slowed down quite a bit. So I'm not sure if you should keep trading. I do think if you caught a win, always call it a day. And yeah, don't be on the charts all day.